Hey everybody on YouTube. So I just started my Christmas break and the first game I've been playing is called Ghost of the Shell. Well, I can't remember the full title, but it's in the video. So let's check it out. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex First Assault Online is a first-person shooter that was released about 2 weeks ago on Steam Early Access. First Assault is based on the anime series Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. However, this is an entirely online FPS, so the connection to the series is mostly just through some concepts and characters. The game was developed by Nexon, and as far as I know, it's only slated to be on Windows PC with a full release by early 2016. Nexon is a South Korean company that is probably most well known for the game MapleStory. They mostly focus on free-to-play games, and once First Assault is out of Early Access, it will also be free-to-play. Right now you can get it on Early Access for $5. So the presentation of First Assault is pretty alright. I can't say it's the best looking FPS I've played, and certainly I can't say it's the worst. The actual characters have some pretty cool designs, and I remember some of the faces from the movies. I haven't seen Standalone Complex, so I can't speak to the accuracy compared to the show, but the color palette is very muted and the textures are a bit lacking, being quite muddy if not on high settings. Nothing really jumps out at you, and the backgrounds of the levels are kind of drab. The sound effects are good and varied for each weapon, and all the audio cues for winning and losing seem appropriate for the genre. The music gets repetitive fast, but since the game is so high paced, I wasn't really paying attention to the music. The performance of the game is okay. I don't have the worst computer in the world and I struggled to get a stable frame rate on high settings, and I don't think it had much to do with the actual graphics. I think it had to do more with online optimization. I had times of huge FPS drops and slowdowns, but other times I ran close to 60 FPS. I've mostly played the game on medium settings with better results. The game only has American Western servers right now, so I had several lag issues, like being unable to hurt enemies and being reset in the level randomly. But this is an early access title, and these types of issues are pretty standard for a new multiplayer game. Though I am frustrated by the lack of any indication of my ping, which means I don't actually know what's causing the lag. It could be me, or it could be the servers. Also, the interface of the game constantly froze on me, making me think the game was crashing. The screen will get ready for a new match and just stop. The mouse won't move, and then suddenly 15 seconds later the level will start loading. It's not a huge issue, but it's frustrating to constantly wonder if your game's crashing. If you've played any Call of Duty, Battlefield, or Counter-Strike game, then you'll figure out the game modes pretty quickly, and the mechanics of the game are very similar to other first-person shooters. The game features a simple Team Deathmatch mode, a Terminal Conquest mode, and a Demolitions mode. Terminal Conquest is a capture the flag-like mode, where you must run to a certain location on the map and hold that position to get points. It's a decent mode that has the most strategy as a team, but at least one of the maps seems to create a huge early advantage for one team, being positioned on high ground, making it difficult for the other team to be competitive early on. Hopefully when more maps are released, this won't be as much of an issue. The Demolitions mode, as far as I can tell, is almost identical to the one in Counter-Strike, so unless you're playing with some decent people, it mostly just comes down to which team can kill the other. I had a few good moments in this mode, but it tended to be the more difficult of the three.
There's only one enemy agent remaining. Take your time and finish. You're the only one left. I'm counting on you.
Team Deathmatch is Team Deathmatch. It hasn't changed much since the days of Quake and Unreal. Kill the other team and keep a decent kill-death ratio. Each kill is rewarded points, and the first team to 10,000 points wins. First Assault is mostly just a standard first-person shooter, but it does have a few unique mechanics up its sleeve. The first is called Skill Sync. When you first start the game, you can pick from a selection of 7 operatives. Each operative has a special skill ranging from stuff like camouflage, rocket launchers, sentry bot placement, and super speed. A few select abilities, camouflage, super speed, nano armor, and heat sensor, can be skill synced. What this does is allow teammates around you to use your special ability. This comes in handy and can make for some fun advancements when everyone has a super speed or camouflage. Each ability is well balanced, so the outcome of the match never seems to shift just because of skill sync. It's a nice addition that can add some teamwork to a situation where most shooters devolve into each person doing their own thing. One of the characters can also spawn a Tachikoma. a sort of AI tank.
I'm on the battlefield. What do I do? Time for battle.
I'm gonna be honest and admit I'm not exactly sure how the tanks are spawned, but after each kill you get intel, and the more intel you get means you can use your special ability in either a tier 1 or tier 2 level. So I'm assuming it works by playing Ishikawa and getting a tier 2 ability. In general, it's a cool feature as it can really change the flow of the game. A tank in the right place can disrupt an opposing team's advance and can give you more time to pick off enemies or secure a terminal. The matchmaking process has been good so far, with pretty much 0 wait times to start a match. However, this is a brand new game, so that could change in the future if people stop playing. The game seems to have a good reward system. People who play each day are rewarded with progressively better items like XP boosts and game money boosts. Weapon purchases and upgrades seem to have reasonable prices that don't take hours and hours of gameplay to earn. The free-to-play elements of the game haven't been added yet, so all the weapons and upgrades are only purchasable using in-game money at the time being. However, I expect this will change soon, and hopefully they keep the real money additions to mostly cosmetic or XP boosts. Any game that allows weapon purchases or damage bonuses with real money usually becomes terrible very quickly. I'd say my last nitpick of the game is a lack of female characters. Of the 7 characters you can choose from, 1 is female, and it's the main character of the series. The male characters aren't really that interesting, so it just feels sort of boring. I realize that most of the show's characters are men, but it still seems like they could have offered a few more options to mix it up. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex First Assault Online has an absurdly long title, but it's a fun game. I don't play many first-person shooters these days, but I've had a good time with this one. I'd say it's certainly worth the $5 for the early access portion of the game, and will hopefully be even better when it's free in early 2016. Sadly, as with all free-to-play games, time will only tell us how this game will fare. Companies are driven by revenue, and sometimes that makes good games bad through pay-to-win microtransactions. Nexon has a good reputation with the free-to-play model, so hopefully this one will do well. So whether you have an extra $5 now, or want to wait a few months, I think this one's worth trying out. Okay everybody, that was my video for this week. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, I think you know what to do. Leave me a comment in the comments section, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one in the future. I just started my Christmas break, should be for another 2.5 weeks. Hopefully I'll get some more videos done, so I hope you check them out.